Thank you all for being here today, early in the morning after the gala dinner, and thank you very much, Finnish Organizing Committee, to be here with you. I'm Maria Fouskaki. I am a laboratory teaching staff in the University of Crete, teaching biochemistry lab for 3-year students. We're here with Yannis Metaxas. Probably everybody knows Yannis now. He's a postdoctoral researcher anymore in our department, but although we are both chemists, Yannis has turned it to science education. So for what we are doing, it's an addition, and it's good for us. We will discuss with you today how we are building outreach activities with our students, for our students, but for the society as well. Okay, and let me... We're coming from Crete. Crete is the biggest island in Greece. It has, it is the University of Crete in 2 cities, Rethymno and Heraklion, and the Department of Chemistry is at Heraklion campus. It belongs at the School of Science and Technology, and it is in a relatively new building. However, when being here, it's not so new. What we are going to do, we will show you what we do in Crete for outreach, and then we will have 1 or 2, we'll see experimental demonstration here, and then discuss some things in groups, and then come together to some conclusions about what are the impacts of what we are doing. Chemistry Outreach Group, COG to be short, it has a history, a relatively short history. In 2016, a group of faculty members and students participated in a summer children festival in a small town in Crete. They did some experiments in front of kids, and they realized that that's something different, fun, and very interactive. So they continue to do it every summer at the same town, and sometimes at other children festivals, and sometimes in summer camps for kids. We were seeing that something that deserves to go further, and we asked for the department, based on the fact that in most universities in the world, chemistry departments have outreach groups, that it should be different, more organized, something that we can advertise, and the group from that point was established as a part of our department, not a field, but a group that is responsible to connect the department with the broader communities. From that point, we had a name, a logo, an email, a website, and all this necessary to be here and for everybody to know us. How we are, who is participating? The department decided that there is a steering committee. I am a part of that. we are responsible for the scientific part and for the coordination. But the major work is done by volunteers. Our students are volunteers. We are volunteers too, because it's the third task that we are asked to do in the department, but we do it with love, so it's nice for us. Together with me, there are faculty members and other laboratory teaching staff as well, other people like me. Then we had a co-group where PhD candidates and postgraduate students participate. They are the leaders. They have a leadership role. They plan and implement almost everything. This group is together with us, but we do not participate so much, is responsible for train the younger ones, our undergraduate students. These students comes from the second year of studies. They have to have taken the courses of labs in the first year, so they have an idea of what is working in a chemistry lab. But from the second year, they can join the group. We have around 20 to 30 members each year. Imagine that we have 500 pre-graduate students in our department, so it's a relatively good number since it's volunteers. And because what we are doing brings us in front of audience, and many people do not want to do that, we have space to take advantage of people that don't want to be in front of an audience. They can help, they can support social media, help in organizing things, in logistics, but do not want to be like me in front of you. So we have a mixed model that we can have students of several interests. Because of the postgraduate students, they are from different fields, organic chemistry, analytical chemistry. So we don't care about the background. They have different levels of knowledge. We have second-year students, but we have PhD candidates that are finishing now their thesis. And we can ask for all the skills to contribute with all the skills they have. There are people thinking a lot, studying a lot, be actors, and they like very much that they have space. So the team, we think that it is inclusive and diverse, and for sure, they have a very strong sense of belonging. When we are asking them something, we find the students run faster than us. So, how we start? We are asked for something from the societies. I'll explain you what are our events, tasks we implement. And then we set the objectives, if we want to go, what to do, all this discussion about what it is needed to implement something. And then we do meetings. Sometimes we do regular meetings. Usually it happens in the beginning of each academic year to inform and engage the new members, the students from the second year of their studies. And then the postgraduate students, the PhD candidates, take the role of train the others and of decide the experiments, find the scientific explanations, and what is the best activity for the event and all this. And of course, because we have young students, we have to insist on compliance with lab safety rules. We usually, what we are going to do with you here today, we do it outside the lab. So there is another, a bigger risk for everybody, for us as well. So we have to be fully sure that our students and the audience are safe, and that we keep the distances and explain the danger. When we go to schools, they are asking, oh, I can do it in my home. And we are telling them, chemistry is dangerous in your home. We are here because we have studied. If you study, you can do it, but now you don't. So we have to communicate that between us and to the people we are in front of. We have decided and participated in many events, different events, that have different audiences, general public, students, in the city of Heraklion, which is the capital of Crete, and it's a relatively big city for us. But we can go to a village that the school has, all the school has 50 kids, and do the same for them. Schools are a major target group. We like being in schools, and we like do demonstrations. You see here the smoke, but also, sorry, we can do workshops with everyday use materials, and the children sit like you in groups of 5 or 6 and have all these small glasses in front of them, and try things and change colors and understand what is, for example, an acid and a base. And we discuss and have fun, and they are arguing between in their groups, and we enjoy even more than the kids what we are doing. Sometimes we have gone to schools and talk about medicine and chemistry in medicine, and how people in chemistry that are famous, and some new discoveries and things like that. But the choice is to show them something. Usually it's that. And when, apart from going to schools, we invite schools in our department. We have every year 3 days, 3 open days, open doors, where students of high school are coming, and the group members participate in the guided tour we organize for them, in chemistry demonstration, and we ask our students to mix and discuss, because it is important for people at the age in teenagers, 16, 17, to find someone that it's not me, I'm her mother. They don't like to talk again with their mother. They want to talk with a person a step in front of them, not 10 steps. So the group members participate very, very energetically in that, and help very much what we are organizing in the department. Usually we have 500 students coming and be guided and see what we are doing. And sometimes, a part of these 3 days, we have individual visits from schools outside Crete. They are on excursions in Crete, and we are open if they want to come and see the department. Or there are schools with environmental groups, chemistry groups for students, and they come and see something that it is related to what they are studying. The group is a way to interact with the society and organize events in the city center, or participate in career guidance events, or in other researcher nights events. And if you see, I have thousands of photos like this. In all these photos, students laugh. And for me, that's the important. Being in the university and being happy that you are in the university. We support, or try to support, gender equality. Because of these sciences, the chemistry, physics, mathematics, there is a big discussion about women in that field. And however, we have a lot of female students, a lot. And we are asking them to participate in events for the celebrations of women in chemistry, to discuss about women in chemistry, and see how close they could be to that, and to have the audience understand that girls can do that. We also try to interact with underrepresented groups, and groups in Greece. We have many, many groups in that category, because of a large amount of refugees, and in some cases families with a low socioeconomic background, and there are several groups, organizations that try to support them. SOS Villages is one of them. We are trying to have a collaboration. We are going to their place. We have invite them to our place. And this is another task that our students enjoy, mainly because they see what's happening in the society. They are connected with people that sometimes they don't think that there are so many problems around. Sometimes we are asked to undertake the dissemination tasks of projects. When a project, a scientific one, this is not scientific, but we have asked for scientific as well, wants to bring what it is doing in schools or in small groups. So they're asking to create an activity to do that and to implement this activity with the school or students. And of course, we enjoy being in festivals, children festivals. Small children asking us, oh, you are a chemist. We are asking them, do you know what the chemistry is? And an answer I had some years before was, yes, making juices, because juice in Greek is chemos. And chemistry is chemia, and they do that connection, and we have to explain them what is chemistry, and that everything in our lives is related to chemistry: clothes, colors, food, and everything. Or we are going to science festivals. Athens Science Festival is one of the biggest events in Greece, and since it was outside Crete, it gave a so strong incentive to our students to work hard, to be prepared for that, that what we managed to do at that 2 days we participated was very, very different and professional when compared with what we were doing till then. And this photo, and I'll finish to go for the experiment after that. This photo was taken after a day that we traveled by ship from Heraklion to Athens. We arrived at 6 in the morning, brought with us, carry all the stuff, 6 boxes with us to go there. We were there from 10 in the morning to the afternoon, and the afternoon, this was the photo we took. So for that, I am very, very proud of them and for being a part of this. But we will discuss after that again.
So, my turn now. A small demonstration on what we are doing when we are saying a chemistry experiment. So, this is a solution of potassium hydroxide, and no one cares about it. I will just leave it here. The important thing is this little guy. Now, this is potassium permanganate. I want to take a really small amount, like 5 grains. This small amount. Now observe. Even this tiny amount of 6 or 7 grains of potassium permanganate is enough to give this solution a distinct purple color. This happens not due to chemistry, but due to our eyes. The human eyes have this amazing feature. There are amazing detectors of color. What there are very bad at calculating its intensity. So if I had a single grain of potassium permanganate, this purple would be the color of the solution. If I had a full teaspoon of the same chemical, it will just be a little darker. So as organisms, we are very good at understanding that somewhere there is color. We are bad at understanding how much of it there is. I will just leave it here and go to the next part, because that was silly, yes, but not silly enough. Therefore, we have to ramp up the stupidity by using a lollipop. Now, the easiest question you can do to a 7-year-old is, do you know what a lollipop is? Yeah. why your mother doesn't like it when you eat a lollipop? It has sugar. Yes, but sugar is a chemical compound. Therefore, even this stupid lollipop has chemistry in it. Let's give it a little time, and something already happens. This is the first, this technically the second reaction. I will keep stirring it while I am talking. So, sugar reacts with potassium permanganate. Κυρία, μπορείτε να μου αλέξετε τη διαφάνεια, γιατί έχω τα γάντια. And the very short explanation is that sugar is able to react. Το έχω και στο PowerPoint, το έχουμε βάλει. Like this, behind me, in three different ways. Some say two. Let's not get into that discussion. To give different colors. Now, if I keep stirring it, it will slowly change to a pale yellow, and if I leave the lollipop inside, it will turn to a complete, very intense brown color, which will then participate in an almost dark black solid. But we do not have time for that. So, this was a very short experiment. What we are doing is presenting an experiment like this to children to have fun. That's the main goal. Sometimes, if we have people, if our audience is from high school or slightly older, we use cards like this one to help highlight the underlying chemistry. But this is not the main goal of today's workshop. Today's workshop is an attempt to persuade you that it is not so difficult to actually have an outreach team in your institution, regardless of your discipline. Be that medicine, be that chemistry, physics, biology, even you, our dear friend for cybersecurity. Why not? So, what we are going to do is this. Yes. I have it. Δεν φοράω τώρα γάντι, I'm okay. We're going to be divided into three groups. Because mainly, when we talk about outreach, there are three distinctively different groups involved. First is the university staff. Let's see, where 2, 4, 6, and let's say 4 people. You 4. You will be the university staff. For you, an outreach group is the face of your institution. Because you are big and celebrated professors, but no matter how many papers you publish, no matter how many books you publish, your society, your nephews, your nieces, your children, your uncles, your aunts, they will view your establishment via outreach groups. So I would like now to think about the 3 main points and a group like that should have in order to be the face of your institution, the people that are going to represent you to the wider community. The second group, let's say 4 people as well. I'm going here. 1, 2, 3. You volunteering, 4. So you will be the undergraduate students, the university students. You are about 19 to 21 years old. You are very busy. Like it's the busiest time of your life. You have exams to take, papers to prepare. Your life is very complicated right now, and you are thinking to volunteer, to offer some of your valuable free time to do something for your university, for your institution, to be part of a group that's about communicating your discipline. What are the 3 main points you want for such a group? Now, the last group, you 4, you are the school students. You can join the undergraduate ones. So, If you'd like, I can unvolunteer you now. So you will be the school students. I would kindly ask you to, for one moment, listen to that tiny voice. We all have this little bit of remnant of that innocence and a little bit of madness we used to have, to think about what would you want to see as an activity from the university. Now I would like for you to be honest. Don't tell me I would like to see a full representation of the scientific context that defines the discipline I love. You are teenagers, your blood is more hormone than water. Try to bring yourself back to those memories. Now, let's take 10 minutes to discuss these 3 main points each of you would like to see in such a group, regardless of the discipline. It doesn't matter what the discipline is. So, let's discuss.
Yeah, so they want us to do it. Yeah, that's the way I interpret it. Yeah.
Very good. Cool level. It can be the bridge between the staff and the students. So like she said,
This means that we need to go back to the time when we were students.
Another step back.
I don't know. I think I never get out of this time. So.
I feel like I'm still like that, but with more responsibilities. So,
Okay, just forget the responsibilities.
Yes, forget it. And think about it. So, let us begin with our esteemed professors. What are the 3 points you would like an outreach group to have?
We will be only accepting charismatic individuals. So yeah, no lame folks, only some good communicators. The second one was balance. We want to throw in some tokenism so that people can see that we care about inclusivity. So the group should be diverse and relatable. And then we were thinking of like time versus commitment. So we can't pay them. They should have time, but they will also make time if there is something nice as an incentive. So at least we're going to give them some credits and, of course, permission to mention us in the CV.
Excellent. So we have charisma, inclusion, or at least the appearance of it. You have no idea. And the last one was incentives. So our undergraduate students that are going to participate in the group will know we are the good guys. So, dear youngsters, what are your 3 points?
Sure, I'll go ahead. The first point was that we want to be rewarded in some way, and so some formal incentives would be fantastic. Like maybe we could get a course credit or some other, maybe even a certificate is enough. And the other point was that we wanted to be, we wanted very high engagement. And so I guess that also aligns with the professor's point, like, but also that we should be very engaged, and we think that that's a huge motivation for us to do it. What was the third one that we had? That was right, yeah. Well-defined courses or like very small packages that we would be able to deliver as university students so that it's not overwhelming for us to over-design a course, but have very clear instructions what specifically we'll do, and then we'll also be able to relay that to the other students. Yeah.
And now for the next generation.
We want to have fun, and fun.
Excellent. I don't want to be that guy, but that was the correct answer. So, let's take a little bit of summary because there are some overlapping points. The professors want a face, the institution was a face that it is charismatic, representative, but they know that they have to give some credit, they have to sweeten the deal so that undergraduate students participate. The undergraduate student, that was the most interesting part, they want to you say they want to have clear set goals, they want to know what they are getting involved to, they want some form, let's say, of compensation, you know, in partial credit on a university course, and they want engagement. So they want to participate in an outreach group, both because it suits them, but also because they want to take something from it. Excellent. And the student just want a break from school. Very nice. So,
I'll take at least the part I am involved. For us, this was general, and we didn't know what to expect exactly. So then we saw that schools is a very attractive field to work with. I haven't worked in school before. I used to be in a lab alone at the beginning and did some administrative tasks in projects as well, but then moved to students, university students, and now we have moved to school students. So we saw many things when dealing with school students, and sometimes we have university students that tell us, in the third year I meet them, and they tell us that I came here because you had come in our school, or because I had visited you when I was a school student. So we see that this indeed interacts with the school students, this kind of group. And then I see our students being in the lab in the afternoon after a very tiring day to think, discuss, and doing for the next presentation. And they ask me many times to go out together, to share things. They come and talk easily to us. And of course, they tell us that I can make a lesson now on acid base, for example. After that, I can go to the school, and they have a cycle of preparing them for school, and they feel so ready to participate in a lesson for the school because chemists works at school as well. They are not only in the labs. So, this is yours. Because
yes, because I'm the crazy person with the experiments. So when we go to school visits and ask them how your experience was like, what I found, okay, yes, they were very nice with us, they were very kind, because we are not teachers, because we are not inside a classroom, we are crazy people doing experiments, and this is not something inherent to chemistry. Anything that breaks the school routine will blow their minds. I was thinking about it yesterday. So if you like, actually you can do a small experiment in Sofia. Talk to a nearby primary school, wear your surgeon gown, the whole thing, and do the same activity you did with us about knitting the stitches with school children. It will blow their minds because it is outside of school and there is an interaction between myself, the school student, and that mythical creature we call a scientist. We are wizards for them. They think we are aliens. All the academics are aliens from an outside world, gifted, bestowed with some kind of wisdom, special people that can achieve a place in the university. We are not that. We are average people trying to survive. And children should understand that when they see you in your formal clothing and they understand that you're just a guy. I am a loud Greek with a beard, not Superman. This is important for them. And the second thing they really like, which is something they have said to us many times in questionnaires, a connection between the discipline you are presenting and their lives. They do not care that potassium permanganate has 6 distinct oxidation states. They care a lot that a lollipop can do a chemistry experiment. They need this connection so much. They think that all our disciplines here are disconnected from their lives. And outreach groups can bridge these two concepts. And it is very important for students to see that. They are losing their minds simply because we used lollipop and maybe a little bit of aluminum foil because they know these things. And it amazes them that a chemist, an actual chemist, would use a lollipop or aluminum foil. And this is true for all disciplines, that all academics, we are dealing with real lives. Yes, you are very confused, I get it. Yes. You want to ask a question? Tell me. It's an open discussion.
No, I have no questions. I'm following. You're super interesting.
So, yeah. Now, university students. Now, this is where our discussion gets interesting, in my opinion. Because you took a completely different approach from what we did in our small group. You began basically with incentive, both from an institutional viewpoint and from an undergraduate viewpoint. And with this incentive, started to basically debate how much work can I get with it. Now, in COG, we did a little bit different. There is no incentive. There are no partial credits. There is no classroom. We will not even attempt to develop a classroom. The only thing that students get from COG is a silly little piece of paper that says, congratulations, you're part of COG, which we know and they know it's useless. We're just trying to be kind. And that's that. So it's all about, do they want to have an outreach group? And it appears that they want, because this gives them an opportunity to develop skills outside their curriculum. And when I say skills, it's not about simply, how to do a titration correctly. It's about how I talk to people. Because they know that during the university studies, they will have to present papers. They don't like that. And everybody knows if you can stand your ground in front of 20 hungry 14-year-olds, well, your professors are nothing. And they want to be in contact with the public. The fact that they are in the university does not mean that they love their discipline. You do not know why students are at your universities. You hope they are there because they have a sincere and loving relationship with their science. But this is just our hope. By contacting the public, by seeing how the public perceives their discipline, they're feeling pride. It's good to be a chemist. People find it interesting that I am a chemist. People are amazed at my knowledge. They need this push. And also, they need to feel part of the university. And what was very interesting for us to see, being part of the university was not communicating with professors. Professors, and I say this with love, are scary people. It's about communicating with master degree students, PhD students outside the classroom, where everybody can simply be his or herself. To see that, to ask honest questions. You are doing a PhD for 4 years. Are you still alive? Is it hard? Like, honestly, between us two. These kind of questions, honest questions, can only happen in a truly extracurriculum activity. The university has no eyes on you. I can be honest as a researcher. The student cannot be honest in the questions. And this is what network means for outreach groups and for any group that lives outside the curricula. And they simply want to have friends. I mean, everybody knows in the university you come from many different cities, if not countries. They just want to see a friendly face. They just want to be part of an environment where people smile, have fun, crack a couple of jokes, maybe share a beer from time to time. Simple human connections. And we can achieve 20 to 30 students a year in COG, not because we are amazing, we are not, but because the undergraduate students really need these kinds of activities for their own personal health. This is the last one?
No, yes, this is the last one, but I have, okay. And now we conclude. What to do? You need some persons, not a lot, but not only one. I'm not alone. I'm here for the group, but we are working 3-4 persons for that. And we have to invest time because this is not our job. It's our side job. But it cannot happen without you because there should be a guidance, an experience, communication at another level. So you need to be involved and then to give the motivation to the students. And you have to have ideas of simple ideas. I will live with a lot of ideas after these 3 days here. I have already in my mind what to do next. And what to do next is a game to go to a puzzle festival in a small island. It's like this in the map. If you put your hand, you have cover all the area around it. It's totally near Turkey. It's Castellorizo. And there is a puzzle festival every year there. And now I can tell my students, I need that. And they come with so many ideas and so many things to discuss about it that I'm sure that in 2 months we will have the game. So we have to think about how to engage more and more people and to address more and more people. Invest. They need to see me as Maria, not as Mrs. Fouskaki, third-year lab teacher and all this. It's not useful for them in such an activity. We have to be collaborators, partners, and not teacher and students. It doesn't mean that I am insulted about that or in a way, but it's like this. And your department should want to do it. If don't, you cannot do it. So we need support. And now I'll thank Yannis. in 2016 was an undergraduate student in the group that went in the first science festival. Now he is a member of the steering committee together with me, but we have three colleagues that do different things but help all this to happen. And we have these core members this year. It is nice to tell about them that we have students that have graduated and they still, if they live in Heraklion, they still participate. They are coming. They are chemists anymore, or a chemist with a PhD, or chemist with a master's degree, and they are coming and participate in the events they can. And we have, starting from nowadays to back, but I couldn't go to 2016 because I will need 3 or more slides, to a large number of undergraduate students, and we thank them very much for participating and being with us all these years. And thank you. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Are there any, we have time for comments and questions, right? Yes. So, any comment, any question, anywhere? Yes. Since we are talking about volunteering.
So I can just share a brief anecdote. I had a lecture for a group of 15-year-olds, which is an absolute nightmare in any kind of level. And I talked about AI, I talked about security, and they were, 15-year-olds, so this was just horribly boring for them, the entire thing. And then I mentioned that I had played Fortnite, the video game. And they were like, Fortnite, we know this. And then I talked a little bit about my stats because I was trying to make a point about competency. And they went wild. So they were, you're awesome at Fortnite. This is amazing. This guy, you would be the best in our school apart from that guy, but he's an idiot, so don't mention him. But so that, and it kind of what, so after an hour of me talking about the future, technology, security, threats, and whatever they should be aware about, the one thing they carried with them was that I was really good at Fortnite. And so I did really enjoy your point of meeting them as humans, because, when they get back to their families, they'll say, we met a researcher. Oh, what was it? He's awesome at Fortnite. So it is really about making it humans, because you really don't reach out on the level we expect. So I really enjoyed that point. I think that was a brilliant approach. So thank you for that. Oh, there's a lot of mics.
Anyone else?
I can also sort of reflect back on what you said about so we were thinking of it as like part of the curriculum for them, like maybe including it in the course, maybe giving them an ACT credits, but like what you said was that like you rather have it like as a completely separate activity. And now I'm thinking that like, yeah, maybe like also like education and social media, or like through this like activities, side activities, like work better, because like you trick them into thinking that this is not part of curriculum, and like curriculum is boring, I don't want to do things that like I have to, but then this becomes like exciting because it's something completely additional, non-mandatory, not part of the university boring stuff, but something very exciting and fun. So I found that interesting. Thanks.
And to add that it's not, they say I will come in September, but if they don't come, it's nothing. We don't care. We care about the persons that come, and we don't have something bad to say for those who doesn't come.
But also it is important that even though it is outside the curriculum, outside of credits and exams, it is still adopted by the department, because it shows that department, from an institutional viewpoint, cares. The Department of Chemistry, the only thing we asked it was a web page and an email address. And if then it comes a financial question of, we want to go to this festival, can you buy us tickets? But this is simply financial support. When it comes to what the department does, is one email address, one website, and even just allow us for a website. Miss Fouskaki made it herself.
Thanks. I had a quick comment, and it was actually because our study program also tries a lot to be able to engage new students, and for that we do a lot of advertising, to be honest. Like we'll do, we'll have a person or a student on staff, an intern, do social media for us, for example, in order to engage new students to come to us. But it seems like your method has been more, or like with this outreach group, has been to directly engage them with the materials. And I think a lot of that, I think it's a lot of work, to be honest. And I think it only works because you have so much passion for it. And we see this. For people who perhaps are not at that point where they're able to establish an outreach group, I think that it's a takeaway for me has been that maybe convincing the department that such a format would be useful for them and that we could actually dedicate resources to that. Because instead of dedicating resources just to social media, not that that's totally bad, but also to outreach, so that it's not just a side job and that it becomes more of your main activity, would be useful or would be practical. And so, yeah, that's just something that I'll probably go back and pressure my department about. And
it's
like,
an excellent idea. It's a dream.
Yeah.
But how can I say? First, you have to prove them that you exist, like that, and then you start to struggle with okay, especially if you are the kind of mad people like me and Miss Fouskaki who absolutely love this, and I can do experiments, chemistry shows, stuff like this all day. I have an issue. So yes, it would be amazing if it was my job or even my official side job. But let's start from a realistic level, which is proof of concept. These groups can exist simply because they are fun.
That's right.
And especially for the workload, you typically in each year you need 3 crazy people. 3 crazy people are enough to run this group by running themselves to the ground. Usually. I'm not that, I'm just saying, a friend of mine told me. So, what about our time? We are finished. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.